You know, Bach on a Winter Wyvern.
Oh, there you go.
This time around, it's on Army Geniuses, so it's a bit okay. We're not gonna see the Bach Winter Wyvern again, so it's all good. It's game number 2 of a best-of-3 series. Army Geniuses trying to go for a comeback against Team Adroit. Team Adroit already leading in the scores. One more game till they advance in the next round, and the draft is here. They pick up a lich now, something more traditional, something more stable. Just when we were talking about how creative they can be.
It's very interesting to also pick the Lich because he reduces physical damage received by 60%.
Yeah.
So anyone who gets Winter's Curse, there is something like a small save. Yes, it's not 100% damage reduction, but 60% if someone's full life, he's keeping them alive. And good luck catching the Lich, you know, like you're not gonna Winter's Curse the Lich himself, or he's not gonna be caught in the AoE. Just a very nice pick to see that. Winter Wyvern, Army Geniuses, again, they know that Adroit likes to play. He's one of their most played supports and occasionally cores now. So taking it away was a good idea, but they also, it's like you leave a lot of things open. You leave the Morphling. We know this is going to be Natsumi's PL. We actually talked about it just right now. We said that he loves the farming hero. We counted 3: Morphling, Medusa, and PL. Now he's gonna take the PL.
I think he's just trying to show them how it's done, man.
Oh, good.
They had the PL on Army Geniuses' side in the previous match. This time around, Adroit picks it up for themselves. And 60%, dude, that's a lot. That's
a huge amount of damage reduction.
Like, it's a big difference between 60 damage and 60%. Yeah, so it scales as it goes on. Army Genius picking up the Earthshaker, a hero which you say people don't pick up as often now.
Well, I mean, if you're up against PL, I guess it goes back full circle. A hero gets popular, his counters get popular.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's an interesting draft so far from Army Genius. I like what they have with the Winter Wyvern Earthshaker because Winter Wyvern, good luck getting the Winter's Curse on the correct PL. But Earthshaker jumps in with an Echo Slam, clears out all the fake PLs, and you have an opportunity to catch him. But this the blink into Echo is an easier said than done. You first have to force out the Doppel from the PL. We see a lot of games where Earthshaker blinks in, can't get the Doppel, Earthshaker blinks in, can't get the Echo Slam to hit him. So it's more difficult than it seems.
So it seems like Army Geniuses still has to find a way, or a hero that forces the PL to just overcommits on him before he gets in the blink initiation. The bans though, let's talk about it. Taking out Void Spirit, taking out Oracle, again, and proven to be annoying to have on their team. Bat Rider, Clockwork, all these meta initiating heroes.
Yeah, and on Adroit's side, they banned the Morphling. You don't want to do that. You don't want to play against TNC Light. You know, you don't want to play against the Morph ES no matter what. And of course, Lifesteal, if you're not playing against him. Sorry, if I'm not picking him, I don't play against him, even though he has been recently nerfed. But Adroit gonna have to show a bit more of their draft now. They do. What are they gonna go with here? They still have their position 2, 3, and 4 available, unless they're gonna do something completely crazy that we don't expect. What would they like to do? Silencer was banned against them last game, and I do wonder if they want to go mid-silencer. We've seen it happen, mid-silencer if you're up against like an Ember, but I think they want the Ember to come out first, which means I do think it's going to be their position 4 or their 3 coming out right now. And with Clockwork gone, Bat Rider's also gone, Lina, they don't want to show their mid yet anyway.
Still a bit open-ended for Adroit, right? They can technically... Oh, there you go. Oh my god. Arena of Mars into Chain Frost. How are you getting out of that one?
You're not. You're just like, let us out. Like, no, you can't. It's probably, I mean, almost 9% their position 3. But who's it gonna go out against? Underlord. Again, another hero that's pretty good against the PL. I'm thinking Army Genius might consider taking a Faceless Void. Actually, I feel like Faceless Void wouldn't be the worst option for them. They do. I mean, they have a lot of decent damage inside it with the Winter Wyvern, with the Underlord. Faceless Void seems pretty good. He can run away. He can. I believe you can time walk out of the Mars Arena of Blood.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. It's kind of like a blink, right?
So I'm feeling very strongly that Army Genius should take the Faceless Void if they have the option for it, which they do. Adroit though,
they actually predicted the lifesteal instead because he could just rage walks out of it.
Exactly.
And well, he loved going against beefy tanky heroes like the Mars, so that one's been taken out.
And Morphling, same thing, Waveform.
Yeah.
Waveform out of there. Who cares? And I wonder how early they were setting this up because they also have the Pango Spin, the Puck Illusory Orb. You know, only A is the one who's like, if he's stuck in there, like, oh wait, I can't leave. But yeah, Adroit, they're gonna have to show now their position 4 or their mid. Probably their position 4, unless we're gonna get a surprise. It turns out, oh wait, Mars was the position 4.
Never discount that.
I mean, not with Adroit playing.
Yeah,
that could happen. But who would they want to go with? And oh, here we go. We have time to split it. Grim.
Okay, so that's definitely a plus 4 there then.
That's so strong.
Yeah, he's got everything here. They've got the lockdown. With the Inkswell on the PL, he can just phantom rushes forward, gets the control there. And not to mention, if he already has the Frost Shield on him, that's like no doubt. You're not running away from this PL.
Another thing is that I still think that the Faceless Void is a really good pick for Army because there's so much team fight from both teams. You got Echo Slam, Winter's Curse. From the other side, you got the Grimstroke's ultimate, and as well as the Lich's Chain Frost.
That's true. Double with the Soulbind, double Chain Frost.
Yeah, double Chain Frost,
in the Mars arena. That's the ideal execution if that happens. Thank God. If it doesn't, but hey,
it's still just strong by itself. And you also have the double Sinister Gaze. You know, that's the real triangle you were talking about earlier, where Lich is like, yeah, both of you with me. Who's it gonna be? And it's gonna be Sven instead.
The beefy boy who wants to be in between two heroes with the cleave, the greater cleave he has. Do you fancy him though? I mean, he has the cleave to clear and handle the illusion, sure. But what about the synergy in the entire lineup as per whole? I
mean, it could work. Again, anytime we've seen weird drafts before. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. So it's like it's too early to discount it. Would I have liked the Faceless Void more? Yes. But another thing that you have to think about is when you have Faceless Void and Earthshaker and Winter Wyvern, you have a big fight every 2 minutes. But between that, you really got nothing.
Yeah, they're gonna play the cooldown games. Yeah.
So they don't want to have that too. They don't want to rely on that too much. Sven is able to fight in between a little bit more than a Faceless Void, I'd say. So, but still, Adroit's the same thing. Like the team that initiates on the other team in this game wins. You know, if you're able to throw your spells out before them, unless you're 20k behind, you're always gonna win the fight.
Last pick or ban coming out from the side of Army Geniuses. Can they actually pull their wits, pull their genius, and come up with something right here? The Sven was already a surprise pick.
Necro is still available, and really good with the Grimstroke as well.
Oh, double Reaper Scythe.
Double Reaper Scythe, why not? I mean, you already got the Soulbind. You already have, and we've seen Mac play him like crazy. What else do they want? The OD, is he banned? No, OD still available. Not sure if how much you really want the OD, but OD for mid. Yeah, OD is a possibility.
Good, and against like an Underlorder, Sven, all these tanky heroes just soaked up all the intelligence.
Percentage damage, So OD, sorry, no, Necro is percentage damage, so my bad. I was thinking of Necro when you were talking about it. I was like, yeah, but Necro has a percentage damage hard stuff.
I'm like, wait, hold up, but I'm gonna roll with that anyway.
OD's got, there you go, Necro's banned. So, alright, so OD is still there in the pool. Ember Spirit's still there in the pool. Let's see who else is picked. Huskar is still there in the pool, which is pretty decent. I'm not sure how Life Break works exactly when you're Soulbind. I believe you like jump to the second guy. I don't think you jump like both. So that'll be interesting. I don't think actually OD synergizes as well with Grimstroke as I thought when you have Lich, because you want the targets available to actually Chain Frost. Whereas if you Astral them both, you like
just save their lives.
You're like, oh, I get sorry, my bad team. I didn't mean to do that. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be Timbersaw. Very interesting.
And now the OD pick seems more likely than not.
But then again, it was just like it's the exact thing we talked about, where it's like.
We're talking about Adroit here, right? Like the execution have been flawless so far. I mean, that scenario would sound like a
It is OD.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know. Yeah. I was like thinking OD, and I had so hesitant about it. But then again, here's another thing. Lich could be dead.
Yeah.
At which point, if Lich is dead, it's like, well, what do I care? I'm just gonna take them both out of the fight anyway.
Or if two targets are being soul binded up, you just don't have to astral them.
Yeah, you can wait. You can astral the third guy or something. Or you can also astral right after the Chain Frost comes out, the second one, because there's a bit of trigger. So yeah, it's. I mean, I'm going to go Adroit all the way.
This time around, the draft seems more meta than the creative ones they had before. So I'm gonna have to go with Adroit on this one round. Not to discount anything from Army Geniuses, they could just prove us both wrong. We have the Caster's Curse.
Not yet. Yeah, we're right so far.
No, you agreed earlier on. I wasn't in it. I was the curse, bro. I'm the curse right now. I'm going to vote Adroit. It is game number 2 in this Best of 3 series. Team Army Geniuses going up against Team Adroit. Is the game a go?
The thing I'm thinking about as well is that what does Army Genius have to keep them in one area for a long time? You know what I mean? Like, yes, they have the Echo Slam, but does anything set up the Winter's Curse?
The Winter's Curse.
Yeah, it's like but one of them has to go first. You know what I mean? Like, how do you group them, a bunch of them in an area to begin with, unless they sort of have mispositioned themselves?
No, like I said, they probably needed someone so tanky that PL's going to heavily commit on him. So they picked up the Timbersaw, but there's an OD, so yeah. I don't suppose he's going to be as tanky as we all think he's going to be. It just feels like an outdraft. That's why I went Adroit this time around, because it makes sense. They had all the answers in a book to go against him.
Another thing is, of course, you're up against Mana Burn. You're from the PL, and Timber without Mana, he's just a very, very tanky creep. You know, he's adorable. He doesn't do any damage.
That's true.
So, it's going to be the Underlord mid.
Wow.
I mean, all right.
No, I don't. Wait, hold on. It is. That's him.
It's Mamang Daya going mid with the Underlord. Okay, so that's a little bit of like a curveball.
Yeah, but you're up against the OD.
I know. It's not like he's much better than the Timber, right?
It's true. They're true. They're both like this tanky guy who's just gonna feed intel to him. He's gonna love the mid lane. Mac, I'm expecting a 909 once again on his KDA, maybe even more.
And the Sven's still a bit. For me, the question mark comes from the Sven. Again, I'll have to wait. I'd like to be proven wrong and see it prove itself, but it's a weird pick.
30 seconds to battle.
I just feel this Sven is gonna get so much. He's gonna get astraled up, and
kited around.
Yeah,
as
you
well.
know, kited. He's gonna waste his God Strength duration.
Like, how are you gonna chase anyone who's been frost shielded? You can't, because they're being slowed. There's Astral to save. There's Soulbind next to someone, and if you don't kill them, the Ink Soul will pop in time. There's PL Doppelganger. It's so hard for this event to like latch onto someone, unless his team sets it up really well.
Begins.
Let's try. Okay, it's a one-on-one so far. Bounty Runes goes even. Break on both ways. Uses the Fisher to block. Tries to get the lanes pushed in a little bit more towards their tower.
We got a pause here.
It's necessary in Dota.
We have to think about what we're gonna be doing here. Stargazer at DCs. All right, we're waiting.
He's like, "Aights, I'm out." He heard the stream, man. He heard what you had to say. He was like, "Aights, I'm out. Not playing this game." It's just too many kiting that's about to go on.
It's a very durable draft when you look at Adroit as well. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you also have some durability coming out from Army Genius. The Underlord's Atrophy Hour is really good, but it's like you're not reducing as much damage as you think, because pure damage from OD, a lot of magic damage as well. Grim and Lich are all magic damage, so it's most of the damage that you're reducing is PL as well as Mars, and even Mars is like half his damage is at least magical. So I just wonder how good the Atrophy Hour is gonna matter in this game.
The more people dies around him, the better. But can he? What if he was the first to die? What if they just focused him down? Oh, I mean, that'll be the best case scenario for Army Geniuses. That just sets up for the Winter's Curse and the Echo Slam. But we'll see. Yeah, you're right. Comes down to the execution.
Wyvern has to play out of his mind. It's like it's gonna come down to a big Winter Wyvern, big curses. Like, big curses will set up everything. I was thinking they should use Chronosphere for that, but they're like, nope, it's gonna have to be the big curses. And
Wyvern getting picked up twice now in 2 games. You said he wasn't so mad at the moment, but he does his job, right?
Well,
he gives you decent saves, holds them in place, sets up for a lot of things. Great disengage, great initiate, and more people are disconnecting. What is going on? It's a remake on the lobby. It's going to be a remake. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all good. It's all good. Assuming it's going to be the same picks, right? Otherwise, we're going to have to theorize.
Right? I was like, wait, what if it was the carry Grim all along?
Oh,
you know?
no.
Well,
we can only find out. Once again, if you're only tuning onto Facebook or stream at ESL Asia, do remember to like and share it. Get this word around before the game starts. Hey, we've got time now, so we can invite more people inwards. So, what do you see Army Geniuses in their draft, or at least how can they actually turn this one to their favor? Because it seems that they have Team Adroit has answers for everything. Like, regardless the skill sets they have individually, I just feel like their draft address a lot of things Army Geniuses is planning to do.
They do have a lot of disposable stuns, which I really like. You know, you have a lot. You have the fissure, you have the Sven stun, you have even Underlord's Pit of Mouth not a stun, but you know it's a root. So you have a lot of ways that if you can catch a group, like you get one or two people, you can just kill them, keep them perma stunned, and that's really good for them. They have Winter Wyvern's Curse as well, so they have a lot of control, and they have good damage coming out as well. It just feels like it's not enough based on what we've seen, based on how Adroit plays with this draft. But I mean, RMGs could definitely take this.
So what about laning phase, right? Who's gonna lane with who? Like, who would you rather see in the mid lane, if not the Underlord?
I mean, it's the Timbersod Underlord versus OD. It's a headache no matter what you do. But I think that because RMGs feel like we're gonna lose the mid lane anyway. I'd rather lose it with Underlord than Timbersod. I want Timbersod to run wild later on. So let's give him a lane he can win and have him theoretically, run around trying to get kills, similar to like an Ember. If Ember's gonna lose either way, if the mid lane is lost either way, like you outdraft no matter what. Just put a guy you don't really care too much about who can recover. And Adroit, I mean, he's not the flashiest hero.
Yeah.
Sometimes we see him like get early like phase boots into maybe some sustain, and then the team groups around him. But maybe that's what they're planning on actually.
What about the timing though for Sven? Because for sure they're gonna throw him in the safe. I mean, he has to play the carry, right? What are the damages they're gonna get? Because you said Timber without mana is probably not the best thing, especially up against an OD who's gonna suck your intel out.
Actually, that was changed. He doesn't suck intel, but when he hits, he gets more mana.
Oh,
it's like your mana pool increases. It's kind of weird, but it's nice that you don't lose mana. Same thing. A lot of mana drain has been removed from the game. Medusa used to take mana, but now she doesn't. She just gains mana. So it's.
I mean, but the PL is still there, so naturally builds into the diffusal.
There's mana burn there, yeah, for sure.
So it feels like everything just falls on the shoulder of this Sven. Do you think as Adroit, if you just shut this Sven down, you just win the game?
If you shut the Sven down, there's no real late game to deal with. So yeah, I mean, we saw them try to do the same thing to Adroit in the previous game where they tried to shut down Medusa. Didn't really go so well, did it? So there is always a chance that your hard carry will recover. The question is, how much can your supports do? Because it's going to come down to the Winter Curses and the Echo Slams. It's sad to say that it's not like they're non-factors, but Underlord and Timbersod will play relatively like expected. But can you get a good Winter's Curse? If you can get one, can you Winter Curse? I'm not sure the Grimstroke. Get him out of the fight. That'll make a big difference.
I mean, it is Dota 2, right? Like anything's possible. It is like I arguably 60% the draft, 40% how you play and execute it. But like, yeah, right now. I'm totally agreeing with you, man. Army Geniuses, they have a chance, but the window is way smaller. You're hoping when the stars and moon aligns and the sun continues one straight glow of radiant before you get the perfect setup into the perfect echo. Yeah. And maybe they get, but maybe that's all they needed. Maybe that's all they needed.
It's like when you roll the dice and you get the double every time.
Yeah,
that's what they need to do, right? Which is it's possible.
It's possible.
How likely is it?
I know, yeah. So that's where my faith is a bit waver. Now, good news that the lobby has been remade. So we're gonna get into this game number 2 of this best of 3. It's Army Geniuses once again versus Team Adroit. Will they bring it to a tie and drag a game 3? Let's find out.
Right, best of luck to UK, man, if you can do it. So bottom lane is going to be the Sven as actually they're tri-laning top again for Army Geniuses. They're like, yeah, Sven. Remember what happened last game? We want you to do the exact same thing. You farmed pretty well. And at least you can say Sven, if you get the Blink Dagger, BKB, and maybe a damage item, he's online, Same thing with a PL, but, he has that more big burst damage when he comes out in. So that's what they're going to be relying on.
Yeah, they like Army Geniuses. Yeah, I think Adroit just read them like a book. They really like to leave their safe carry on his own. Not so safe anymore at this point, Stargazer. Just roaming around the area. What do you think his odds in farming is going to be like now that he's on his own? He is up against a Mars too.
Grim and Mars. I mean, Mars will just run at you. It's not fun to play against him with the Grim behind him, just keeping the Inkswell on. They're going to have to rotate someone down there. There's no way they're going to keep tri-lane this. If they can try and get some kills and they force the Grim to move, that'll be a victory for RMGs. But if it's the other way around, then it's a victory for Adroit. And it's going to be 2 for 2 in terms of bounty runes. Nothing crazy here.
Adroit starting the game like they did in the previous one, capturing outposts at minute 0. And now, there we go. Bach just cutting the creep waves already. He knows there's no threat. Stormhammer has his first skill too.
Okay.
But without a teammate down at bottom, I don't think there's any kill potential with that one.
Yeah, just mana trade for some HP. I was like, whatever. So then one of the nice things about having the Underlord mid is that he will be able to get all that damage from his aura, which means that you'll be able to secure those last hits. We saw Ember Spirit have a bit of trouble last game, so Mamangdai should be like feeling a bit more comfortable this time around. Hopefully not losing the lane like he did last time.
Top lane, this Timber is paired up with the Earthshaker, but he seems to go a little bit too deep right now, going for the courier snipe. Down at bottom, Bach already showing his prowess, spears him into the trees, but they do get the kill on the courier up at the top lane, pulling him backward, setting the lane up for his success right now. Bach playing his mind. Finally, something more active than a Winter Wyvern.
And yeah, that was a good courier kill as well. We didn't see, but we're like we don't how do we say, promote animal abuse around here, so we don't show you these things. But alright, so Womi, but he'll do should be pretty decent for the Timber against the PL. But yeah, and, like I don't think they'll be able to kill him even with the Lich PL combo. Just shouldn't be enough damage to get him out. And mid lane, they're doing so far even 8-1 to the 7-2. Oh, there you go. That's a deny. So much extra damage, and the Atrophy Hour also affects the OD, so you're not really able to. And you don't want to take the early Arcane over a lot of times. Maybe now you have to actually though.
There's a reason to.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a tankier guy. You could get more out of it. Sustain yourself in lane just by taking those mana back. Someone is real deep. This Earthshaker is trying to play it super aggressive. There is already 2 down at the bottom lane. They might look for something.
There's a ward there.
Yeah, there's a ward up in the jungle. They do see him. Immediately commits onto Wow Me, but the lockdown isn't there. They will get out just in time. Spears towards the trees, but the Fisher block is there. Bach falling pretty low. Uses the shield to push them back. Ink spells on him. Will connect onto only one, but that's the one he cares about. In fact, he's a tanky guy. He's just going to walk through the trees. They're ignoring his ally. They want the Bach kill so bad, and he's just regenning through it all. He will not live to tell the tale through another day. But his Grim actually nearly gets the kill onto UK, but Stormhammer is there to hold him in place. Will be gangbang in the trees.
Worth it.
Yeah, it's the best start for Stargazers are possibly. First blood and followed by a double kill, which is completely different than last game where he gave away first blood. So he's feeling really good about this now. Oh.
They're not worried about it because this top lane though, Wow Me is having such a bad day. Already? Oh, well, he's got 2 stacks. I mean, 2 points into reactive armor, so he should regen up relatively fine as the level goes. Not a threat until at least that Diffusal comes online. So far falling pretty even mid lane. This OD already supersedes this Underlord, at least when it comes to the last hit and deny. He is holding his ground.
Yeah, he's doing okay. I mean, remember, you are going to be astraled. You're not going to be CSing for 4 seconds. Usually when around the creep is about to die, which means you're always going to be missing 1 or 2. But I am surprised by Timber just being manhandled top lane. The moment they decided to abandon him and go bottom, yes, it was a good move for them, getting that double kill. It was really worth it. But
it looks like they want to get more spears onto the tree. Inkswell is there, will connect, will go down. UK tries to get a better lane dynamics for his carry, but will pay with his life.
Yeah, that was an interesting pick. Sorry, that was an interesting pick off just now. It was kind of cool that Winter Wyvern thought he could take that, but that's not going to happen. Top lane.
Wow, me getting so much harass in, but he has the mango, just pops it, chains himself away.
Well, and are they going to bring someone? Yep, Earthshaker's here. They might be able to get another double kill. And you can see they're
going for it immediately. Stormhammer's fall connects onto Boomy. The stun is there from this Earthshaker. Body blocked, but unfortunately not enough. The Inkswell will connect and turn this one around with the Stroke of Faith. Slows them in place. Stargazing falling pretty low. But no one's gonna die. Well, it was a commitment on the end of Army Geniuses, so I'd say relatively a slight victory going on the side of Adroit.
Yeah, and that's exactly like a victory for Adroit because 3 people against 2 people, nothing being traded. That's good for the 2, you know. And Mamangdai actually low HP here. I don't know if he's low HP from the lane or just from jungling. Bounty wins. It's going 2. Yeah, it's gonna be 2 for 2 again. Good thing about Army G is they are able to always control the bounty a bit, but. Lich.
He's looking for it. He sees the courier, but they do have a ward. They scouts him out, but he's going to go for the snipe. They know.
Nah, it's not. It's not happening.
Okay.
Mars is also having a really tough time, by the way. Only 10 CS. Like, yeah, Timber's only got 16, but Mars is doing even worse than that.
Bach not having the game he wants to. Oh, immediately
Oh.
pops the Dark Rift. Where is he going, though? Straight to home? Most likely. There we go. He's back home now. He's going to regen up, get back into the lane. Stargazer gets a kill and a killing spree under his name. So things are going not too bad,
I mean,
actually.
Yeah, for RMGs, they're slightly, they're not exactly 1k ahead, but you know, they are slightly ahead. They have 3 kills under their belt. Mid lane is not going too badly. Mars is not farming. So yeah, I mean, if you're Army Geniuses, this is okay. You know, it's perfectly fine. What's PL? He's just gonna go for those phase boots. Nothing exciting. Kind of weird to see him go with the early Orb of Venom, and I don't think I see that very often.
Do you like that, though, on him?
It's a nice slow. I mean, it's good if you're going for kills, you know, because then the slow actually makes a difference. No?
Oh, lawlessly. Yeah,
Just taking a little bit. Yeah, it's like just a little bit of trading here and there. Game seems to be going into a very like slow pace where both teams are waiting for their ultimates, waiting to see what the other players are doing.
He misses the spear though. If that one connected, they might have just committed on him and get another kill. UK dodged it, so you okay, man?
Yeah, basically bottom lane. If Earthshaker shows up, they'll go for a kill. If not, unlikely. Bog, Adroit, they'll just wait for the spear of Mars to land, and that's it. Mid lane is even, basically 40 and 5. Oh, the 16 denies is huge though on the Mars.
It's kind of a stalemate right now. I don't think Adroit has any reason to rush, but spear him backwards. Stargazer does have the early damage, especially with the God Strength now on his side. They will respect it. Oh, look at that damage after he turned off the armlet. WowMe trying to commit deep onto CML, but they are on the tower right now. WowMe actually gets burst down with the Timber Chain and the Whirling Death. And now to join along is Bach as the Splinter Boss come in at the last minute and takes him down.
Way overconfident, going in while he still had the God Strength on. Like, they could have just waited for his damage will be less, his SP will be less, but Adroit kind of rushing it, top lane. Timber getting that solo kill against Lich in a dual lane, that's really good. He got the 2 bracers. He was having trouble against the Lich's magic damage. Like, PL, I can live against that, but the magic damage from Lich was a bit much. So he was like, alright, get a couple bracers, more HP, a lot more magic resistance.
Gets the stack off, so this Underlord, honestly, well, he's getting the last hits in now, especially now when he rotates into the jungle with the Firestorm.
Oh, trusty shovel.
He was doing not too well earlier on, but he's catching his way back up. Now, what do you think about the impact of the mid Underlord, though, in terms of scalability into the later game?
Yeah, that's also one thing I'm wondering about. Is like, what is he actually gonna do? I mean, is he gonna go for like a lot of these aura items or utility items, and the team will go around him? Because sometimes you see, what Timbersaw do the same thing. I imagine they might want to play this event like a Medusa and get a lot of the solo. Oh, there you go.
Oh, hold your thought, because right here there seemed to be an engagement. Stargazer actually chasing onto it, Bach, but with the ink swell he will not come in. And you were saying?
Yeah, I imagine they might look at Sven and play him like a Medusa and get like Lotus Orbs and Linkens on the other cores just to keep buffing him up so that no one can control him.
So it's more playing in the backlines, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Fissure block, great block, but
he
he's
has
got the double
Atos
guy.
actually.
We'll get out in time. Natsumi's safe.
So it's gonna be Atos into, well, I don't know, not Radiance, no, or maybe they are doing like Mac did last game, you know, with the Necro where he went Atos to Radiance. Like, hey, if you can farm it, it makes his frontline so good. Evasion from the Radiance, I think miss chance. Oh,
but unlike the other game, this time they're ahead as Army Geniuses takes down the Lich, has God Strength on, will just move towards the jungle, clear some stacks, put more money under his name.
Impressive performance from Army Genius so far. Can we look at the net worth actually though? I mean, they're less than 1k ahead, so they can't be that far ahead, even though they're ahead by 5 kills. So, yeah. And PL's farming well, OD's farming well, Sven is also farming well. It's the Mars. You know, Mars is the one who's he's dying. He's having a hard time in the lane, lowest CS of the cores. That's the one I think that Army Genius look at, like, yeah, we can punish this guy, you know. And there's no ultis on the supports. Once they have the ultis, then you can start doing the combos.
So they're waiting for that timing, but at this point they are doing pretty well ahead without it already. Self-sustainable when it comes to team fight. I mean, it's technically a gank, not yet a 5v5, but we'll see how they hold their ground, especially in the early game. Top lane already gets the silence onto this Timbersaw, but he's tanky. That does not even tickle him, not one bit. Oh, misses the Timber chain.
You can see he was like, I want to throw it to the trees that were like the bottom trees, the ones that are by themselves. But he's like, if I do that, do I have enough to throw in the world, the chakram?
Yeah.
He's like, no. So he wanted to get, he should have gone a little closer. But it was a nice idea. You can see he was really thinking about it.
Boomy's on his own. His friend is rotating in, but a little too far away though. I don't think they are now. They will be TPing themselves inwards. It is the OD. They gotta respect that. But they have 3 in the area. Bit of malice with the Fisher. A little bit mistimed there as they stack upon each other, but it's enough. Akko committed. He drops the hammer. Nearly gets one, but unfortunately not enough. Wait, they might. CML backlines does take down the Underlord, and now Wow Me still in the area on his own. So that's a mid for a mid, but it's Wow Me against the world, and here's a tanky guy, especially in 10 minutes in, 11 minutes in. They do not have the solution nor the damage to burst him down.
I love what Lich did, throwing the Chain Frost. He's like, through the Chain Frost, through the Frost Blast, he's like, I'll get the kill, and he did.
Oh, a kill down at bot as Bach takes it with the commitment of the arena. Will walk out such low HP.
Got the kill though, so overall this is a decent, this is a decent minute that Adroit had. Yes, trading mid for mid, but the supports got a lot of XP out of that. I think both of them have their ultimates now, which means that you can start looking towards this combo. Might see a smoke, might see them try to use it, because once you have it, you're like, I want to utilize it, you know? So Lich doesn't have his ulti for a little while, but he'll have it soon.
The Malice is there. Do they want to commit? The slow from the Winter Wyvern is there as well with the Storm Hammer. He's not going anywhere. Will take him down without any sort of resistance. Pops the God Strength, more damage to go for the tier 1. Trying to secure that space. Trying to snowball this real hard, knowing that they have a Timber. They are on the clock right now.
I like the way that he's using Atos with a Pit of Malice, just to keep keep the Pit of Malice applying multiple times like that, and he does a lot of damage. Very nice. Like, just really nice plays coming out from RMB Geniuses this game. Timbersaw, I think he's going to go for Heaven's Halberd, which is great against the OD, but it also makes me think that you'll probably want a few Heaven's Halberds on the Dire side as well, especially because it works with the Soul Bind and it's great against the Sven.
Yeah, I mean, Disarm is just like the worst thing Sven can go up against.
Yeah, he has the temper tantrum where he turns red and he's like, yeah, and then he's like, no, you're not
just
gonna
running
attack.
Around.
Yeah.
All that God Strength and you got nothing to carry the team.
That's a smoke on the Lich, I believe.
Oh, it has been popped though, because they saw Lawless Shy up on the high ground. Does not close the distance enough to actually get any sort of kill. Don't want to overcommit. Well, back respectively, respectfully, they have a ward up on the Dire jungle, so they do scout out whoever's in the area. And Astral is happening someplace.
Yeah,
there we go.
Lawless Shy, he doesn't want to, like, he knows that they see him, so he's very careful. Sven, number 1 in the net worth. Can we see what Sven's going for actually? What's his first item? Diffuse on PLs. Yeah, that's what we expected.
Let's take a look at the item on Sven.
Yeah, Armlet into BKB straight. You know, just which is cool. He really relies on his team to set him up. You know, he's like, all right, you guys will do all the control. He knows that there's a Soulbind combination, and he just doesn't want to deal with it. So I can respect that. Probably might look into a BKB or some sort of movement item later. It's almost for sure BKB.
Yeah, he was killing at a BKB.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Blink Dagger. I meant sorry. Blink Dagger. Some sort of mobility item.
Would you like to see him pick up the axe and
go
right? All Thor in this thing?
I played against a Sven today who did go for that, so I mean, I don't know. It still seems pretty gimmicky to me, honestly. It's like, oh, you get a Blink Dagger into your stun.
Only if you're crazily ahead, right? It's like that's like the flashiest show you can ever pull off here. Mid lane, Wow Me actually top lane on his own. This is independent right here. 15 minutes, they're going for your tier 2. They know that the timing is on their side at this point. It's the power spikes, and well, Team Adroit couldn't do anything about it. And look at the PL, farmed up, but the Sven is way farmer than he is, so he's the direct counter and solution to that problem.
Yeah, and you can see that neither team, they're waiting for something to make a move. Top lane, as long as no one goes to him, he's just going to get towers by himself. And I expect he might go bottom, park himself there, and you can send someone else to farm top. So it's their plan. They're not actually having anyone around Womi, which is kind of interesting. He's making space just by himself. So Army Geniuses wondering if they're actually going to consider taking a fight. They're scared of the Soulbind combo. They do not want.
Oh, as you say that, someone stepped in a little far too deep here as they even commit the Echo Slam. Well, he did commit the Chain Frost, but they're just going to get out just fine. And now Mac makes it in the area, has the Dark Rift, has to pop it before anything happens, but the hammer will finish the job. Drop the sentence on that guy.
Oh, PL might be in trouble.
He is falling pretty low to have the sort of control they need, but they do have the burst, so Natsumi has to respect that. One right click coming out from this Winter Wyvern will take him down, and it just feels like Army Genius is just steamrolling on them, abusing the tempo timings from their lineup.
Sven has a BKB now. Again, it's going to be either now that he fights or he's going to get some sort of mobility item, but he is very confident to go and fight right now. Anyone who gets Winter's Curse called by the you can see, yeah, he's in the front lines. Like, what are you going to do to me? Anything that comes out, he has time to BKB it.
Oh, there you go. Arena of Mars together with the Soulbind, though. That pierces the BKB, and now he's wasting his BKB. So that's one way to go around it. 10 seconds BKB down. They gotta take this tower at the very least, but Mac is making a rotation now into the bottom lane. Spots him out, chains himself away, out of sight, out of might. Don't want to deal with this problem.
Yeah, which now makes you think like, oh, he has the BKB, but he's chained to someone. The other guy can't leave the Arena of Mars, so still his friend's like, come on, we can go, we can go. It's like, no, I can't, man.
It was just an awkward moment of, well, willy-nilly running around the tower.
So probably what they're going to do is they're still going to wait for a Blink Dagger now, because they don't want him to be Soulbind. They want someone else to be Soulbind. He blinks in with the BKB, does all the damage, and wins them the fight.
Oh, they know that the arena is down though, but can they make the rotation in just in time for UK to get the Winters? No, he will not. Will go down to the Stroke of Faith. Just gonna let this tower go.
Blink Dagger on the Grimstroke. He wants to land the Soulbind on this event every single time. That's gonna be his goal. So it's like everyone's, you know, it's like Death Note. Everyone's having a plan for their plan, an enemy's plan. So Sven needs a mobility item, which means that Grimstroke needs even more mobility than him.
I mean, you talking about the Sven being easily kited. Well, good luck trying to play a Sven when you're chained onto your own teammates. That is the hardest thing you can do. And now, look at those illusions just burning off this Timbersaw's mana. It is starting to get there.
Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker.
Oh, Arena committed onto Wow Me, and he is nowhere without his allies. But the Winter Curse is there to hold him in place. Great counter initiate. It's just coming in. Stargazer right-clicking him to death under the Firestorm. The damage is enough, but will they let Natsumi run free? They will. He's still running out of there. Nearly could have gotten them if they, well, actually just focus on the carry, the bigger kills. Didn't know why they let him go, but they did.
I think that they just also mistimed the Echo Slam, so that was a great fight from Army Geniuses with a bad Echo. Oh no, no, I didn't have it. Okay, just didn't have it online because I saw all the colors and I was like, oh, that. Alright, there you go. So he didn't use it, but they didn't even have Echo Slam for that fight, and they won it.
There, so but the tempo is now up. They know Arena is down. They can play a bit more aggressively, knowing that they are not gonna get trapped into the rat cave. As they just bash down this tier 2, don't have the damage to take it. So Sven will move on to the jungle. Spots him out. They do have a ward up there, so they know he's on his own.
He's going for Aghanims. Okay, so he has crit on the way I imagine. And he's gonna go for Aghanims after. Yeah, you can see that's his Chrysalis. So Aghanims, he knows he needs to find some way to get close. I'm actually wondering if he's soulbinded and he uses his Aghanim Scepter Stormhammer, does he actually still like leave his friend and go? Because I believe like it's a you're just tied to the person, so you can't do any movement that gets you away.
That's a great point to make.
Like you can't. I believe Stormsword like can't zip out of it. So I don't see why Sven would be able to.
I want to find out. I mean, that just solves the problem then. Do have that if it does respond the way it did. Stargazer is actually running him down. He sees this. Oh, the blink though. Got away. Now we lost some connection onto the screen. So, oh, there we go. We're back on again. Cleaves down the creep wave.
Well, Odie's going for the Aghanims. This is
down at bottom already in the jungle. They do have the arena committed. He's on his own, so that's going to be an arena wasted. and the outpost not taken down, so they get absolutely nothing on the side of Adroit. This is Army Geniuses. I told you, man, I am the curse, I am the cancer, and it's starting to bud its seed right now in this game number 2 as it goes straight onto the Lich. Whirling Death is there with the Chakram. He's trying to survive, but the control from this Earthshaker. He does have a blink now, so initiation game is going to side of Army Geniuses. Tempo has just cranked up a notch.
OD, once he has the Aghanims, they will be able to kite any, like when they're chasing people, he'll just be able to astral them away, keep them safe. It's gonna be a little while though before he has that the Aghanims ready. Actually no, it's about 100 gold. He has 2 components ready. So after that, we'll see them if they want to fight, if they want to wait for the BKB. Despite all the kills, 13 to 5 and everything, RMG is only hit by 2k. And all of it's on the Sven. So if you can kite the Sven, you are in a fine spot. It's just Mars having a really bad game. Uncharacteristic for Bach, but we all have bad games sometimes.
Going straight for the tier 1 down at bottom. That's a long overdue structure that's been waiting to be taken down since the longest time now. They are occupying the... Whoa, he gets caught out. Natsumi in a whole lot of trouble. The Pit of Malice is holding him in place, but the Rotovators not enough to hold him there. They will get out. Bach with the defensive arena play. In fact, they're coming back in. Great soul bind onto 2. Slows him down with the...
Lich wants to ulti, but he can't.
Yep, gets the Winter's Curse, and now this is just a game of initiate and de-initiate, counter-initiate. Boomy ink swells on himself to get out of there, jumps straight into the backline. Wowme being pretty deep. Will they get a kill right here? Oh, OD's up on a high ground though.
They have Echo Slam.
Echo Slam, and here it goes immediately. As you say that, connects onto 2. Natsumi and Mac, 2 of the heavy cores. You want on, but the hammer takes him down. The threat has been diffused. Going straight for them. They're going to commit, but the Dark Rift takes all of them back. 5-star for this Uber.
He picked them up while he was driving. He didn't stop. He was just like driving. He's like, come on in. And he just opens the door. But yeah, the Echo Slam, once you see a lot of ultimates being committed, you must think, all right, mine will be the one that changes it, you know. Everyone used it. I might as well throw mine. Got a little bit too, he was impatient with it. I think there was a doppelganger as he landed. So it just wasn't enough for him. And OD, he kept hitting a lot of people in that fight. So he had a ton of intelligence, just dropped the hammer, immediately took him out. Good play good hold by Adroit, but you can see also that they are a bit nervous. They try a bit too hard for the Lich combo, because Lich and the Grim combo.
Do you think they're just getting desperate now, knowing that they are on the clock?
I mean, you can see just now, like when Timbersaw went in. But hey, Timbersaw is lowest of the course. Like even Mars ahead of him. When Timbersaw Timber chained in, I was like, oh, he really took a few hits. And he's like, oh wait, actually this hurts, and I can't tank. I'm Timber chaining out of this. So you can feel like there is a tiny bit of impatience because 2 of your cores are slowly losing a bit of their edge. One Timbersaw way more than the Underlord, of course. And there, Aghanim's finished on the OD. So if they are caught, if they do catch a good Winter's Curse, good Echo Slam, you can save 2 people.
Dire are scanning.
It's scary. It's very scary.
Mac, it's all about the positioning game now. He has to stay in the back lines, make sure to get those saves off, but they're already pinging the Roche Pit. They know, yo, that fight, I'm not confident anymore. We gotta get something on our end before actually confronting them 5-on-5. So they're heading towards the Roche Pit, but Bach does scout the rotation down. They do run out, so now it's been revealed. They know the intentions. It's there. The Roche down to only about 2/3 of his HP.
Soulbind's cooldown goes from 100 seconds to I believe 75 at level 2. Lich also from 100 to 80, so your combos, like your uptime goes way up with it. And Army Geniuses, they're kind of sticking together. They feel like they want to fight, but they're also not sure how to take the fight, because if they farm, it's bad for them because 2 of your cores just they're not scaling amazingly. Sven has the Aghanims. This is probably going to be their time. Smoke, probably. There you go. The SEA smoke, where you smoke into an area you have no vision of. Look at them. They're pinging that area where like they have no wards there, but they're like, if we fight someone, you know.
They're just going by faith at this point, but no one is in the area though, so they might just wait it out or wait someone to overcome it down in the mid lane, just send someone down just to bait it all out. I hear the Chakram being committed onto the creep wave. Oh, he gets the fissure. The connect is there, and now they're just gonna chain stun everything with the Pit of Malice. Echo Slam even committed, but he's getting out. He won't with the Spirit Lens. Wait, Spirit Lens coming from who? It was the Storm Hammer coming out from Stargazer. Actually, his BKB is up, has to get out, but now the Soulbind connects onto both the cores. He does use the spear to save him. Actually, pushes him away from his teammate. I mean, from the enemy.
I think there was a fissure at the time, so he wanted to hopefully to pin him to the fissure, but it didn't quite work that way. So that was a lot unfortunate for them. That was a lot of flashing lights just now, but only thing that happened is the OD died. OD does not have BKB, so he's vulnerable in that situation. They are going to go for Roche. Chain Frost is available, but so is the Winter's Curse.
And now someone just committed a little bit too deep. This Brimstone in the area. They want to fight this one. CML controls him, but the Winter's Curse drops down. They see the PL is there. They want to get out of here. They've already got the Uber, but they cancelled it. In fact, going in for more Timber Chain. I mean, throws his Chakram. They want Natsumi. He's the bigger kill. Will get him down with the burst from the Whirling Death. And now in the back lines, Bach being totally ignored as the tankier guy. They see Mac in the area. If they could get a second kill on him twice, that would be amazing. But it's not there. He is being stunned up for some weird reason. Bach there. Actually falling pretty low to the Whirling Death. Finally throws out the arena, holds them all in place, spears them into the walls, getting ticked down time after time. But Mac was just waiting for the hammer. Unfortunately, the damage isn't enough, and now they just confidently run straight at him. Stargazer pops the BKB, runs down to the low ground, gets the Pit of Malice off. This is big if they can get Mac twice. Here comes Thor from Asgard. Just went into Mac straight up. Face front, he saves him. He could have actually maybe tried to get the kill onto the Savan, but he actually astraled him up. So
that's such a weird way for Adroit to take fights right now. I mean, they're in a really bad spot because they just seem to always be taking fights when they don't have people ready. We haven't seen a Chain Frost combo only once this whole game, and that's really bad. Oh, he gets it. That would have been hit. He would have died if he didn't get in time. I was like, that's scary. So Adroit, you just gotta wait for your heroes to be ready, especially Mac on the OD. He 2 times now he gets into fights, he dies. The first one he was caught near the tower, unfortunate. Second time no BKB. They want to rush these fights, but it's like the time is on your side, so just wait. But we'll see if they can do that. Even with the Roshan on the line, having your BKB on the OD is more important. Titan Sliver, that's a nice item to have.
And it goes on the side of Adroit, so maybe some sort of sliver of hope.
Look at that.
And
Stormhammer talent taking on the Savan, so he's gonna be able to throw it out, I believe, every like 8 seconds or something like that. It goes from like 14 to 8.
He's
so
gonna fly, man.
He's gonna be flying all around.
And going straight for the Roche. The Roche has regenerated up, so no one's gonna take it for a while at the very least. I mean, Army Geniuses does not have the best Roche taking capabilities, but they will take the outpost instead. It's about another 2 minutes before it procs and gives the XP bonus, but they already conquered the bottom outpost. Should be a stalemate at this point.
OD not that far from the BKB. Well, I want to look at some of the items that we have. I know that Greaves is coming out for Timber Saw, along with the Heaven's Halberd. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why OD is having trouble. It's like, oh, he's always being stopped from attacking. And the pipe on the Underlord is very nice. Last OD hammer threw it out. We were like, oh, it's gonna take out 2 people, and then nothing happened. You're like, oh, that's too bad. Vlad's was on the way. That's a good delay. Removing the Vlad's really removes a lot of the pushing potential.
Definitely a value pick right there.
Good thing to get the courier out of the way. But Greaves is finished on the Timber Saw. You can't actually remove some of the stuff that are in this game. Like, you can't remove the thing that the Grim throws, the spirit. It's not Inkswell, sorry.
The Phantom's Embrace.
Phantom, yeah, thank you. You can't actually remove it because you have to hit it off. You can't just grieve it away.
And it takes like a couple of hits too, right?
Yeah,
so that's just a lot of efficiency loss.
I believe it's like 3 hits, and you can make it up to 4. It's annoying. It's not an easy thing to get rid of.
Adroit realizing how far behind they are in terms of the kill potential ability. Just gonna focus down in the bottom lane, but mid lane gets the Pit of Malice and the Road of Aether, so it's gonna keep reapplying in with the Fisher. It's gonna hold him in place for like forever. Even commits the arena just to show and tell, and in fact just walks the other way around, but they know now they can confidently take that Roche.
70-second cooldown is not that long. He'll probably have it by the next fight, so it's okay. And they can probably stall this. And you can see at sorry, the Grimstroke bottom lane just pushing the creeps by himself. And OD has the BKB on the way. If this courier dies, that's even worse than the Vlads. You know, you can lose a Vlads and still push, but you cannot lose the BKB.
You totally need it, especially seeing the control coming out from Army Geniuses. As you said, man, they do have a lot of control, and stuns are never a bad thing to have. As I say that, the Storm Hammer comes in, connects onto this OD, but he's holding him in place, commits the hammer, is falling pretty low. Stargazer getting saved by the Glimmer, immediately comes in again. Boom! Marvel versus Capcom. This is what the Avengers are all about. Gets the Winter's Curse to hold him in place. The Soulbind does not connect to Stargazer, so Stargazer can look to do some damage, but the Chain Frost bouncing back and forth. It's a double Chain Frost. Will take one down. Stargazer to fall with, but unless the control is there, they will take him down finally to pop the Aegis, but they take down the OD in return. And now they can still look to fight. They have two tanky cores on their end. Wowme and the Underlord inside the arena. They're gonna just dance with you. In fact, he tried to change the chain himself out of there, which is the worst idea. Will get top brought down with this stroke of fate. But now, Stargazer, monster kill. He's an absolute beast, just running at you. Gets stunned onto two. Natsumi's the bigger kill. The spear holds him in place, running into the tree lines. They do not have the damage. Bok will have to play sacrificial, but they are gonna focus for more. Double stun with the Storm Hammer fly in. Boom's next. Boomy, you will not live. That's what one thing he promises you. Natsumi turning this one around. They pinged him out. Stargazer falling pretty low. He's out of mana. Has to make the run for it. Bok is in the area. Has the spider legs to go up, so he will be pretty fine.
That was pretty cool the way he just spider legged out there. It was a dieback for the Grimstroke, and I think that's like what, 4-3, something like that. So, and they got the Aegis up. So overall, yeah, it's 4-3. The Aegis doesn't count. It's basically 4-4 if you look at it that way. And both teams kind of okay with that. The Army Geniuses, they got the dieback for the Grim, which means he's not gonna have buyback for a while now. Whereas Adroit, they say, oh, Aegis is gone. If we kill Sven the next fight, the first, like they did just now, they killed him pretty early. But that's it. They can win the next fight pretty convincingly because Sven was going around. Every hit he takes was like chunking people's lives. So they can now, Adroit can play around thanks to that BKB from OD. He wasn't bursted down early. He turned on the BKB and he was fine. And
talking about this Sven though, he is 906.
Yeah, he's flying.
Yeah, Mac was 909 in the previous game. Can he go on with the clean sheet? They gotta find a way to stop this guy. They did it once with the Aegis. They just have to do it again. Yeah,
and he probably wouldn't play as recklessly if he didn't have the Aegis, you know? He'd be like, yeah, I'm more careful here. And Mars is going to have his BKB pretty soon as well. So it's going to be like, what, 2 BKBs on Adroit's side. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know. And yeah, Mars is also pretty good against Sven because you can just look at him when he hits you. And if you look at him and you have the Lich Shield, there's a lot of that physical damage being mitigated. Plus you have the Vlads reducing armor. I do wonder if anyone's going to get Assault Cuirass this game. Probably only the Mars can really afford it. But the extra 5 armor could go a long way to keeping everyone alive. Butterfly, okay.
Some evasion going his end. He said, I want to be a bit safer when I come in and make all these engagements. So he's down here confidently ever since he picked up that butterfly, just going straight for the tier 3s. No rotation has been made. Actually, 3 already huddled up onto the high ground, just waiting about it.
Oh dear.
Bok is coming in. Does he know that Lawless is in the trees, just teasing the Fissure? Finally gets it, and the control is there, but everyone's making the TP in arena. Holds him in place, but the Winter's Curse cannot commit. He just flies straight to the OD. Look at the damage. The cleave is there, but now Mac has to back off. Bok now the only target in the area, but Natsumi, he's untouched. They don't see him. Oh, they finally used that Storm Hammer to control. They're controlling Boomy. Boomy falling pretty low, but the Chain Frost is already out. It's bouncing onto everyone. Stargazer falling pretty low as well. Has to back out. Will they get the kill? The Glimmer, unfortunately not in time. Here comes the Echo. Deals enough damage, but only to take down one of them. Natsumi is the only sole survivor in his engagement. I mean, one of them just ditched him, so technically he's not.
He's only one fighting.
Yeah, he's only one fighting. They don't care about CML. They want the bigger kill, but looks like CML posing to be quite the annoying feat. So go in for him instead. Secure one in the grave. They said a kill is better than Natsumi running away.
That only held his ultimates for a bit.
Oh, it's not over just yet. The chain stuns come in. He tries to Manta dodge it, but instead Enchant Totem wasn't timed right. Was timed right. Gets this Sinister Gaze in, pulls him towards the towers, falling pretty low. Lawless, that's a big control. Out of it. He had no mana anyway to begin with because this Diffusal finally at work. Wow me, trying to walk away, but you know, he's a tanky guy. You probably don't want to get him anyways.
Oh.
Now it's just consolations at this point. Phantom's Embrace comes in to silence him up. He's not going to be chaining anyway anytime soon with the Frost Shield. Is gonna slow him down. He's trying to go for the TP, but the Sinister Gaze is there to cancel it. He's silent up. He's eventually dead.
Eventually, it'll take a while.
Yeah, he's gonna make a run for it. Oh, he's still got some fight left in him. Boomy is waiting in the area with the Ink Swell. Will pop. He's falling low. He's dead.
Today, sometime today. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
A few moments later, I guess.
Let's go to lunch. We'll be back in time.
Oh, finally, with the right click coming up from the OE, finally he goes down. But that was long drawn out.
The problem Army Genius, they took a great fight. Like they lost Sven, but they got 4, but that was a great fight. The thing is, when they focus on Natsumi, you're telling the other team, listen, we're gonna go for kills. The other team is like, oh wait, well, I'm not willing to lose Natsumi. I'm willing to lose like a tier 3 tower. So they might have stuck to objectives a bit more, getting a little bit too excited in that situation, not going for the objective, forcing out the buyback, then losing the fight. And it was a little awkward. Mac needs to be a little bit less conservative with his BKB. Just use it, you know. Just use your abilities. That's how to win Dota.
Well, they're using it pretty right so far. 36 minutes into the game.
It's not in my nature.
Still swinging the way of Army Geniuses, looking to even out the scores and make it a game 3, but it's too soon to say. Because there are means to handle it. Winter's Curse holds Bach in place, and here comes Thor from Asgard. Gets the stun onto him, and now they're just going to stack one on top of the other. Bach out of the game for 70 seconds.
No buyback on him. That is a little awkward actually. If they can get Bach to level 25, you get the Mars talent for the heal inside the arena. That's pretty. That you can just throw it out and fight inside no matter what. Wait, actually, sorry, can we go back to it? Was it changed? Oh, sorry. That's Underlord. Mars? Yeah, 100 HP. That's so good.
Oh, look at that Pit of Malice. Such a pain to fight into.
It is, and you can see they put in his choke points.
Oh, he just jumped straight in.
No buyback.
The easier target. He's gone. 80 seconds at least. And now he's confidently just going to take the towers, knowing that the control isn't there, the threat of the Chain Frost isn't there. And he still has
dear.
the BKB straight onto the other one, but the Pit of Malice will hold him in place with the Fissure. Oh, drops the Echo to hold him in place. And now all the big stuns are gone. Natsumi is falling low on mana though. He's turning this one around. Stargazer tries to go for the stun, but that clutch BKB will save him soul. But if he's not going to get anything out of this BKB, then it's still a small win for Army Geniuses. Looking to close this one out. Already takes down the Brax up on the top lane, abusing that tempo.
Lich really was out of position. That he saw them pushing. He still is like standing right next to the tower. Of course, it's like if you're asking to be killed at that point. Usually, that's a area that has a ward as well. But the only person who has a buyback on the dire side is also Natsumi on the PL. So all these people who died, it's like you can't afford these deaths. These deaths specifically are the ones you want to avoid. But 1 Rax is something you come back from. 6k is also something you can come back from. But it's all.
Oh, they're trying for it, Natsumi. Will not get a go. Oh, actually, Mac roaming in the area gets the Astral off on the illusion and the real one. You finally know, but yeah.
No, I don't believe Grim was nearby. Lich was dead. They're like, you know what? Let's just not. And Mars is only level 20, so that level 25 talent we were talking about, that's a long way off. You know, it's plus 40 God Strength talent on this Sven though. That's huge. So much damage. So much damage. So much life as well. It's like 1,000 HP.
Looks like the Radiant team's huddled
or is it
up.
800? I'm not sure. Actually.
Army Geniuses might be looking for a sort of engagement. No, they will not. Thought they'd go for the gank. They will actually pop the smoke. Going into the back lines while someone bait them out down in the mid lane. They do see him there, but was that scouted out in the mid lane? Or in the jungle? No, they had no vision there. No. How did they know that they smoked up?
It's like that spider sense. You know, you're like, this is what I would do.
Oh, they're
Grim.
running up into the high ground. It pops. Immediately gets the Astral. Saves himself, tries to buy some time, but the PL wants to commit in. He's been Astral twice by the backline. Spark already committed the arena. They could have gone and, you know, just clobbed the Stargazer down, but they are held in place. Natsumi being Winter's Curse up there, focusing bot. They're all not in the area. Comes out, double chain frost with the soul bind, bouncing onto 2. Enough is the damage, and Stargazer, unfortunately, he has a BKB, will hold for a while. The hammer did quite substantial damage onto both of them, but unfortunately, only one will go down.
Trading 1 for 1, this Adroit will probably not want to go anymore. They already used the hammer, they used the Lich ult, they used everything they have. And Mars is dead. So on the other side though, they also have used everything. So it's like one of those spots. Whoa,
oh, someone got false stop forward. Boomy, not your day, my friend. Bitter Malice holds you in place.
Some weird positioning issues happening for Adroit's side. We didn't quite see this in game 1.
Look at the chat though. They're saying passive OD BKB.
He's used it. That's unfair. He's used it.
I love Southeast Asia Dota, man.
Hurricane Pike. He's gonna stay safe now. He does use. Oh wow! What really? Beacon. Wow.
What?
Abyssal Blade. Yeah, it's gonna be. I think no. It's gonna be Nullifier coming out. I think for the PL.
Wait, was someone queued?
No, wait.
Is it Divine?
That's a Divine. Sorry.
Oh, they're going for the. They're all in. They're all in on this one.
I think that Abyssal would have been a safer option. If you lose with the Divine, like that's
over,
it. It's all over, you know. But. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about this Divine at all. Sven, he's got the Minotaur Horn, by the way. The Minotaur Horn gives him 20 strength, which is huge. Yeah, it's like 20 strength along with the 40 strength down, the 60 strength that you got, and then God Strength gives you another like I don't know what 30 or something. It's a ton. It's a ton. What was it? Holy crap, 70. That is insane. Oh wait, that's with the talent actually. I remember that. Like, oh, it's with the talent. Yeah, it's.
Nevertheless, he has it, man.
Yeah,
Where he got it isn't the question anymore. It's he has it.
Spell Prism, probably one of the best tier 4 items as well. So that's an item that you always want to have on you.
They're going for the smoke.
Divine Rapier's finished. This is it. This is going to be the Adroit. They have put all their eggs into this basket specifically.
Will they get the kill though? Wow, me already advancing into the Roche pit. This determines whether the GG comes out or not. They scout him out with the stroke of faith. They know someone else is in the area for sure. No one's gonna walk in a Roche on their own.
Bach has buyback. That's why they're willing to let him go forward and die.
I'm pretty sure they see the item on Natsumi at this point. He gets the silence onto Stargazer. Stargazer pops the BKB, but the Storm Ball actually pulls him off. The Echo Slam is there, takes down the OD. Natsumi was like, nope, I have a Divine, guys. I'm out of here. CML next on the list, but top lane, looking inside the jungle. Wow, Natsumi trying to run for his dear life, uses the Manta, Doppelganger's out of there. But the silence will hold his Timber in place, but the Chakram slowing him down a whole lot. Inkspell is on him. Might just turn this one around. It will pop up too. But the Winter's Curse, he's using the Divine onto his allies. This is treason. This is blasphemous. He's falling low. They got him with the Bitter Malice. The control and stuns are there for days. He lost the Divine. Who picked it up? Wami has a damage now. Wami finally has a Divine Rapier. They're going straight for the tier 4. They know he just lost a well-invested item. Or a bad invested item, actually.
GG.
Chakram's forward. Timber Chains will take him down. DC is the Grimstroke. And congratulations to Army Geniuses. Finally flexing those brain muscles, showing that they too can rob a game out of a team like Team Adroit.
Yeah, that was really, that was crazy that happened. I still think that Divine Rapier pick was really crazy because when you saw Sven jump on the OD and his allies, they try to force him around, but it doesn't make a difference. But if you had Abyssal, you can actually stun the Sven and stop him from attacking people.
Not to mention, you won't lose it when
you
won't
lose it, you know. So that was such a weird pick, and the extra damage doesn't really help you in any way for your illusions because they don't get the bonus from it. So I don't really feel like I not like that Divine Rapier pick. And overall, it feels like Adroit were really rushing through a lot of their sections when they just didn't have all their abilities. Some positioning errors when we saw the Lich in the high ground, then the Grimstroke in the mid lane who got caught like a little while after. I was surprised, honestly, the way Adroit was playing this game. And yeah, congratulations.
It's pretty weird, yeah, because like when you contrast it to the game when they played in the first one, no one could figure them out. They were outplaying their opponents from like this minute 1 all the way through, but this time around, something was wrong.
And it's not like they were when they lost their lanes or anything. Lanes went pretty well for Adroit, so it's like you have to go back and say like, why did we lose this? It just seems very strange. But of course, Army Genius played fantastic. That last fight showed it when they had the Earthshaker pinned to the wall, but Winter's Curse saved them. It was just a lot of really good combinations. They played very well against the Mars Ultimate, always getting it out of the way. Like fantastic plays by Army Geniuses, you know.
We talking about like waiting for that stars to align.
Yeah.
Well, that went to a straight path for Army Geniuses. I'm the Cancer, man. I tell you. I'm the whole curse.
Yeah.
Look at this right here. This resembles Bulldog, and he's the most cancerous toxic player out there. So let us see who the most featured player is in that game alone. Oh,
There you go. I mean, it's probably going to be the Sven for MVP, but look at that. Just the Spell Prism, Minotaur's Horn, that's lovely. It's like an extra BKB you can use to dispel. For Grim, he tried to go for the Ghost. What they really needed was a couple of Lotus Orbs. Because what happens was that Odie gets stunned, and they force-staff him around, and he's like, guys, no, stop! You know, I don't want to be force-staffed into them some more. So they need a Lotus Orb to keep him alive, because they could have dispelled a lot of the stuns coming out, but that didn't happen. Sorry.
look at a game coming out from Solitude though. 12-1 and 14. Sure,
Very
he died
impressive.
once. It's not the 9-0-9
Yeah.
like Mac did, but hey, he did the job done. He got it done. I love that Ags pick. I thought that was hilarious. It was entertaining, and we got to see what we want to see.
Yeah, it was beautiful seeing him be able to use it like that.
And we finally got the answer to your question.
The Soul Bind? Yeah, I think he was able to go out of it, right?
Yeah, he broke it.
Yeah.
He broke it.
So I was like, by the way, I love that he had the spider legs at some point where he just ran away with it.
He nearly died.
That was really good.
That was, yeah.
So just really good game for Army Geniuses.
What about the item choices though that came out from this from Solitude itself? Do you think that was the right way to go since he rushed the BKB first? I mean, it shows, but like you were thinking that he should have rushed something earlier.
No, I was thinking that after BKB he'll go for some sort of mobility item. He went for the Aghanims. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. The thing is, yeah, I mean, when you win, everything you do looks good. You know what I mean? Like he won, so anything we say is like, well, no, I don't think that was. It's like he won.
He won. You
Doesn't
know,
matter.
It's justified. Look at Isaac though. He's so rich.
Yeah, and he got the Lotus Orb.
He's got a Lotus on the plus 5.
That's what you want to do for like because you can see Lich later on. It's not enough. They're not reducing damage enough. They're not saving people. And Lich, if they can't get the combo off, he does nothing in these fights with the Soul, because Chain Frost late games. It's not one Chain Frost is not much. So they really, really need the Lotus Orb, and they could have afforded it. Instead, he went for they have the like Force Staff and Lotus and the Glimmer Cape. It's not enough.
I think the Odie was a bit underwhelming though. It seemed like he was the perfect pick on papers with all the tankier heroes, but I felt he didn't have a game, especially with this fan around. He just gets cleaved down before he could ever even start it.
But it's the job of the supports to keep him alive at that point.
That's
and
true.
That's their item choices just weren't enough.
So, who do you think the featured player is gonna be?
I mean, it can't really be anyone other than the Sven.
Who
could it be?
I mean, what if the support plays a lot? Yeah, I mean, it's obviously Stargazer, but like...
I mean, come on. Timbersaw did okay, but it's not like they won because of him.
Why do we sound so sad knowing this fact?
He did so great. I mean, I'm just saying that he's the one who deserves it, because
that's true.
Like,
that's true.
His team did great, but he's the one who really carried.
Yeah, he did.
He carried.
He's the literal definition of the word. I mean, not literal.
Yeah.
In a gaming sense. You get my point. So Sven, 12-1 and 14, 628 GPM, 725 XPM. About what Mac was doing earlier on.
Game 1, yeah.
But yeah, Army Geniuses actually ties the tide and brings it into a game 3, which we will be getting into later on. Anything you want to talk about between the two of them?
I mean, I still feel like going in that Adroit, maybe they weren't ready. Like maybe they took game 1 so easily that they felt overconfident. Because Army Geniuses game 1 really didn't go that way. Like that was way worse than game 2. So they go in, maybe they're thinking, hey, we don't really have to execute our combo like peak level. We can just do a couple of mistakes, fool around. Then by the time you made those mistakes, it's over. You're too behind.
Also worth noting that apparently The traditional draft didn't work out for Team
No, not at
Adroit so
all.
much. Anyways, we are going to get into a game 3 in just about a bit, but for now we're going to take a quick break. Once again, my name is Scary Keith, and together with me, Big Brain Dodo, Otomo. I'm going to keep saying that, man. It's going to stick. Spam it down in the chat. ESL Asia. This is ESLC Championship 2020. We'll see you in 5 minutes.